Hotfix 27.3.8 is live on PC. DE has extended the duration of Scarlet Spear on PC, so the new end date is that of the 28th of April. The maximum scoring per mission for the event has also increased, but there is a quick note that needs to be issued for this hotfix. The maximum values DE provided with a hotfix's launch for this change was inaccurate. But come the next hotfix, the following maximum scores per mission will become accurate to what DE has stated. So, as of the next hotfix, the maximum amount of score per ground assault mission will be 4,131 with 17 contracts scanned, thus 8 points per kill code. Then, the maximum amount of score per Murax raid mission will be 3,960 with 5 Murax retreated, thus 12 points per kill code. Now, as of editing, the changes that I just talked to you about, those being 4,104 points for a round 17 run of the Ground Assault, and then the Murax raid values, those are in the game as of hotfix 27.3.8.2. Also, in relation to Scarlet Spear, DE added rare and legendary arcanes to Little Dark's shop. The rare arcanes Precision, Pulse, Ultimatum, Aegis, Arachne, Rage, Fury, and Avenger are available for 2,000 Scarlet credits each from Little Dark. These will be rank 1. Also, the legendary arcanes, those are Energize, Grace, and Barrier, they are available for 4,000 Scarlet credits each. Once again, at rank 1. Now for the general changes. Limbo Stasis will no longer freeze sentient and amalgam enemies for the full duration of the cast, and instead will receive diminishing returns with each recast of the stasis ability on the same said enemies. So with each new cast, the time they're frozen will decrease. DE said this choice was made for two main reasons. 1. Limbo Stasis usage makes the gameplay of Scarlet Spear far too trivial, and 2. Sentients by design have adaptation, and the diminishing returns on recasting adheres to the adaptive nature of the enemy. They also noted that this is not intended to change the way Stasis interacts with other enemy factions. So take that as you will. This hotfix also removed Titania's exalted weapons appearing in the Codex weapons section. Now before moving to Tenogen, DE addressed the nerf hidden as a fix to Venari's healing defense objectives by stating, "We made a hasty change in hotfix 27.3.6 that removed Venari's heal aura from affecting oplinks and defense targets. Firstly, the terminology of calling Venari's defense target healing a fix was incorrect, so apologies there on my behalf. This post was made by DE Megan. It is correct to say it was a feature for Venari, considering it had its own tooltip for it. The change stemmed from our desire to resolve Operation exploits as quickly as possible, and we didn't communicate this properly. We're doing a deeper review on abilities that heal defense targets that we can speak to in the coming days. Apologies as well for the late reply on the topic. We'll update everyone when we've dug deeper and have an action plan." Now, Tenogen Round 18 is live, and the items included can be purchased using Steam funds after launching Warframe through Steam. The items in this round include the Baruch Bedouin skin by Ernix and Karoo, the Garuda Tiamat skin by Volbjorn and the Graphical Walrus, the Ivara Grak skin by Favin, the Ivara Zamaru skin by LED 2012 and Damon Star, the Oberon Yalkai skin by Hitsusan, and the Wisp Delusion skin by ProCitizen. For Warframe helmets and operator accessories, there is the Garuda Sakura helmet by Kakarot 2812, and the Sclera Oculus by Kakarot 2812. For weapon skins, there is the two-handed Nakana Arashi skin by MZ-3, the Heavy Blade Suprema skin by Hitsusan and Rail, the Heavy Blade Mizar skin by Gertan, the Polearm Ion skin by Yadis and Hugo Polo, and the Polearm Jotunheim skin by MZ-3. There is also the Armorless Signdana by Favin and Debbie Sheen, the Seethar Signdana by LED 2012 and Kevin Glint, and the Zamaru Signdana by LED 2012 and Damon Star. Lastly, there are two Tenogen armor pieces this round, and those are the Usion chest armor by Malaya, Jady, and Orc Q Luz, and the Sephiroth chest armor by LED 2012 and Jayon 009. For Scarlet Spear fixes, they follow. DE fixed players not getting into the busy flotillas that they selected. They noted, the scenario here occurred when selecting a busy flotilla due to the flotilla filling up very quickly with players. The fix here is to allow for extra room in the flotilla if you attempted to join when there was still room available. They also said you may now see flotillas with more than 50 people from this change. They also fixed clients not joining the Scarlet Spear Flotilla chat if they join the squad when the host is transitioning to either the Murex raid or ground assault. Fixes were made towards becoming stuck infinitely loading if either a Murex raid or ground assault mission started before clients finished loading into the flotilla. They fixed the uplink denied sound playing for the host when it's denied for clients. A potential fix was made for both the host and client players not seeing kill code transmissions from other players, and that they would only see kill code transmissions personally sent. Lastly, for the operation fixes, they fixed a script error when attacking the error list. Some more Scarlet Spear fixes occurred with 27.3.8.2, and they follow. DE fixed clients having an incorrect Murex score in the skirmish complete pop-up when completing 5 Murex waves. A fix was made towards clients experiencing an infinite load tunnel in the Murex raid if the host experiences lag, and they fixed a script error when joining in progress as a kill code transmission starts to play. For optimizations, the Pox, Esteltra, and Shadow have been given explosion effect tweaks for visual and performance improvement, and at the moment, as far as I'm aware, the Esteltra does not have explosion effects, which seems to be a bug. They also optimized the Attica's embedded projectiles to help CPU and GPU performance. They optimized the Hystrix's projectile trail and spark effects. They removed the replication of the Basmu reload health effect so that only the user will see the effects to aid in performance. And they made performance improvements towards Grineer cruise ships when their engines explode. Now for the Railjack fixes with this hotfix, DE fixed sentient exterminate objectives randomly starting on points of interest hints, fixed Mark III Vidar reactors missing their component modifiers for Warframe clients that are not in English, and they fixed a script crash that could occur if you joined a Railjack mission at exactly the wrong moment. Now the hotfix that I'm covering today actually caused issues with liches right after it was released, so the following fixes were made in 27.3.8.1 alongside that hotfix putting everyone's liches back to how they were prior to the 27.3.8 release. As for the Kuvalich fixes that came with that minor hotfix, they follow. DE fixed the Kuvalich codex history and current Kuvalich being incorrect, the missing Kuvalich UI button, having no Kuvalich influence nodes, and they fixed an inability to birth a new Kuvalich via a Kuva larveling. As for the game's overall fixes, DE fixed the ability to trigger the Shadow's radial explosion multiple times during its cooldown, Titania Prime's energy wings not applying to her Razor Wing when other skins are equipped, Titania's Ironclad flight augment not functioning, Titania and Grendel's buff wheels showing up when the ability has not been unlocked yet, which also fixes the buffs being grayed out until you level up. They also fixed the Kuvatonkor and Phantasma requiring an Orokin Catalyst to unlock its Exilus slot instead of an Exilus adapter, an inability to polarize the Dark Split Sword with Stance Former or Umbra Former, the Corinth Prime missing its pump action animation. They fixed some players appearing to be eligible for a Mastery rank test, but upon selecting it, it would be rejected. DE noted that this was due to some weapons being considered as mastered when they were not. They also fixed the Shadow and Basmu reload effects being visible when invisible, an inability to chat link the Shadow and its parts, the pennant sounds not playing correctly for melee stance combos, broken and missing UI for the clients in Railjack missions, a script error after host migrations occurred during a Void Fisher mission when playing Infested Salvage on Eris, when transitioning from the Orb Valis or Plains Vitaloon to Fortuna or Cetus with the Synthesis Scanner equipped. They fixed a script error when summoning the K-Drive, when catching a boot while fishing, when casting Titania's Tribute, and lastly, they fixed enemies becoming immune to all status effects when Titania's Lantern and Spellbind is cast on them. Lastly, for this video's fixes, these were once again 27.3.8.2's fixes that came a full day after the release of 27.3.8, so they follow. DE fixed a few tint masks on the Wisp Delusion skin to make her tint values consistent with her various helmets, and they fixed a script error occurring during a host migration when playing a defection mission, a script error for clients during the Jordis Precept, and they fixed a script error when throwing the fishing spear. So thank you for watching. This is the patch notes for hotfix 27.3.8 and then the minor hotfixes which were 27.3.8.1 and 27.3.8.2. Thank you for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.